Maxwell Stone, or simply Stone, as he was known to his friends, stood in the doorway of his room, wondering what would become of all his possessions. He felt his mother's hand on his arm. That was about as high as she could reach. He turned and gave her a small smile, bending over to kiss her on her cheek.
I'll be back soon, Mom.
He reassured her.
Don't you worry. We'll just head over to that vault and be back with another water chip as soon as you can yell, Maxwell Stone!
His mother gave a teary laugh.
We'll be praying for you, Max.
Said his father, coming up behind them.
And we'll make sure that the overseer doesn't clear out your room.
Stone turned and gave his father a hug in turn.
You know why they chose you, don't you?
It never really crossed my mind.
It's because you're the only one who can protect the other two if you three ever get into any danger,
said his mother.
But you don't go looking for trouble, you hear?
His father said.
Course not, Dad.
Stone soothed, wondering vaguely as he said it what trouble they could possibly get into in a deserted wasteland. Natalia slipped a brown leather wallet, taken from the bottom drawer of her cabinet, into her jumpsuit. It was a set of locksmith tools, a couple of picks and tension wrenches used to open conventional pin and tumbler locks. Its use had gotten her into trouble on more than one occasion during the past 17 years of her life, mostly with other vault dwellers like herself. Those were the only people who actually had belongings that they locked away with conventional locks. And over the years, Natalia, with her mild kleptomania, had probably gone through at least half of all those locks.
Finally putting that thing to good use,
Came a voice from the doorway. She looked up to see a red-haired woman entering. It was Teresa, her roommate.
At least you'll be robbing other people besides your own family,
said Teresa.
I don't rob anyone.
Natalia retorted.
I just borrow. And you're not family.
Who is then? I'm the only one you've told,
said Teresa.
My dad is my dad. Nothing's going to change that. But I don't have to like him,
said Natalia.
Don't you think that if there ever was a time for reconciliation, this might be it?
Asked Teresa. Natalia smirked.
I think he'd actually be happier if I never came back.
Don't say that,
Teresa said softly, placing a comforting hand on Natalia's shoulder. Natalia turned her head away as tears came to her eyes.
I'm scared.
She finally admitted.
It's so stupid,
she said, giving a small self-deprecatory laugh.
I always said I wanted to explore the outside world, but now it's actually happening. And I don't know if I really want to go. And you're not going to be there with me.
Teresa embraced her friend.
You don't have to worry about anything. I know, Albert. We've been planning our little exodus for 3 years now. He's read all the computer projections of post-nuclear civilization, looked at all the environmental research. If there's anyone in this entire claustrophobic vault who knows what the world outside will be like, it's him. Just stick close to him and you'll be fine. And don't you worry about me. Sure, I'm jealous as hell. But once you're back with that chip, you'll have tons of stories to tell and tons of reasons to give the overseer for why we should all be moving out of the vault. Just don't sleep with him if you can help it.
Natalia burst into laughter.
What?
Hey, he's tall, handsome, a little pale, but life in an underground vault will do that to you. I'd do him.
Teresa!
Natalia gasped.
So you keep your thieving paws to your glittery treasures. He's 10 years older than you, for heaven's sake.
I don't thieve.
Natalia shot back, but this time in a much more uplifted mood.
And I have no intentions of doing anything to him. So you don't have to...
Doing what?
Came an all too familiar voice.
Mr. Cole!
Natalia yelped. Teresa exploded into what would have been laughter had she not turned it into a fit of coughing at the last moment.
Albert, please,
said the man.
Albert, we were just...
Teresa was off in the corner, tears streaming from her eyes. Natalia's face flushed. She glanced at her friend, then at the floor. Then she pursed her lips. Teresa suddenly couldn't hold it in anymore, and her laughter emerged in heaving guffaws. Natalia's face grew even redder, and her annoyance grew by the same intensity.
I was telling Teresa I wouldn't sleep with you. That's what?
She blurted. Albert looked amused.
I see.
He said, amidst Teresa's laughter.
Well, that's a good thing, seeing as how the overseer would probably try to arrest me for having sex with a minor if you did.
Teresa tottered over in stitches.
I'm sorry.
She said, still laughing.
You are an evil, evil woman.
Albert smiled at Teresa.
This vault is small enough as it is without you trying to pervert the youngest and most promising of the next generation.
He gave Teresa a hug and a kiss on the cheek.
Will you see us off?
Of course.
Said Teresa, calming herself down a little.
And remember,
Said Albert to Teresa, as the three made their way to the elevators.
not a word of this until after the overseer announces it. Unless, of course, he chooses not to. In which case, you have my full permission to make people aware and use the outrage to recruit dozens of new members to the Exodus.
The group stood just outside the vault's emergency medical laboratory, located on the same floor as the main door that led to the outside world. One of its long tables had been brought out, and a number of different items had been laid on it. 3 separate packs stood to the side, filled to the capacity that each of the 3 could reasonably carry over long distances. One of the vault leaders, Jacob, stood at the table explaining to them what they were being given to help them on their journey. Each of their packs had already been filled with vacuum-sealed travel rations, changes of clothing, several flasks of drinking water, water sterilization tablets, mess tins, a small sewing kit for emergency patchwork, flares, a Vault-Tec knife, a set of waterproof matches, and a bedroll for the cold December nights. On the table lay 3 pistols, several bricks of ammunition for the handguns, 6 frighteningly large hypodermic needles, each with a dial at the top connected to the delivery tube by 2 wires, a 45-foot length of rope, an issue of guns and bullets that contained details about weapon maintenance and directions on how to operate a firearm effectively, a second issue of Dean's Electronics that featured vault technology, and more importantly, instructions on the workings and maintenance of the water purification system and controller chip, and a first aid kit. The additional equipment was divided evenly with brief explanations by Jacob, except for the rope, which got assigned to Stone, the first aid kit, which was Albert's to carry, and the 2 journals, which landed in Natalia's pack. The only thing that needed real explanation were the hypodermics.
These are stimulation delivery packages,
Jacob explained.
or stim packs for short. These things were designed for combat use around the time when the bombs fell. So in addition to an immediate surge of adrenaline, they also work to get your body functioning well and long enough to get to some place where you can get more prolonged medical attention. State-of-the-art stuff.
Side effects?
Asked Albert.
Don't take more than 1 in a 24-hour period, and use them only in emergencies. This isn't the kind of stuff you want to be using to get high on.
With the inventory done, the 3 packed their belongings and made their way to the main security door that would lead them to the outside. Besides the staff the overseer had selected to get them prepared for their journey, only 5 others were present: Stone and Albert's parents, and Teresa. None had siblings. In order to maintain the vault population, the leaders of Vault 13 closely monitored birth and death rates. At capacity, the vault could hold 1,000 occupants, and it had already been operating close to capacity a generation ago. That had meant the introduction of disincentives for having more than 1 child. Only 30% of the vault's population had gone over that number. None of the 3 vault dwellers had come from that 30%. A single computer terminal sat beside the heavy-duty security doors. Jacob walked with them over to the doors once they had said their final goodbyes. He moved over to the computer terminal, but it was only to check the monitor. The overseer, many floors down in the CCC, had complete control over the door and triggered the opening sequence. Immediately, the 2 lights above the security door began intermittently and repeatedly flashing red. The 13, emblazoned onto the door, split in half as the 2 parts of the security barrier slid apart, revealing the long airlock corridor behind it. At the end stood the enormous cog-shaped blast door, the single link between the vault and the outside world. The 3 vault dwellers hesitated for a moment. Then Albert led the way, his footfalls resounding on the metal grating in the airlock. As soon as he had entered the airlock, the fluorescent corridor lights along the corners of the ceiling blinked to life, illuminating the empty passage ahead. Stone and Natalia followed. As they turned to give their friends and families a last wave, the security doors heaved close with a hiss. They watched until the last sight of the vault was shut off from them. With an initial ringing of an alarm bell, the white lights went dark, replaced by two red flashing turret lights along the ceiling. Klaxons rang out as the huge outer door ahead was slowly pushed out of its moorings by a long metal arm affixed to its center. With the door now positioned over a set of steel threads built into the ground, the metal arm retracted. Another second mechanical arm slid in from the side, gripping onto the center of the cog and slowly pulling it aside on the threads. As the blast door slowly rolled away, the three vault dwellers saw only the darkness of a large cavern lying before them. The cog door rolled to a stop just out of view, and the Klaxons fell silent.